Kate and Hal attend MP Merritt Grove's funeral. Adra joins Margaret Roylin, assuring her that no one can touch her there, as her colleague's funeral is the safest place in London. Roylin puts on a different coat and follows a guard. In the church, there are several women disguised as Roylin. Soon, PM Trowbridge shows up and gives a speech. He stutters upon seeing Roylin. He walks toward her, but Hal throws his cane, prompting Trowbridge to help him. Adra and her team offer Roylin a different disguise, and Trowbridge goes after her look-alike. Roylin then boards a car with Adra. Hal and Kate leave the church. Hal tells her that she doesn't have to stay with him just because he got blown up. He asks if she slept with Austin, and she says she didn't, but she admits she was planning to. Austin tells Kate that their suspicions about Lenkov were confirmed, and that the arrest may be more than that. He assures her that he's trying to shut it down. Kate reminds him that Lenkov is the one person who can name the perpetrator, so he needs to be alive. Austin then mentions that Roylin was in there, and Kate feigns ignorance. She apologizes for being awful to him in Paris. He knows she was afraid for her husband's life. Kate mentions her marriage, and Austin replies that both Hal and her marriage are safe, and things are as they should be. At the embassy, Adra tells Kate that Roylin is downstairs in the walk-in room, and she wants to talk to Austin. Stuart returns to work and the staff cheer for him. He confides that he thinks about Ronnie a lot and suffers from panic attacks. Kate asks Adra if they can read him in, but the latter says no. Kate mentions Stuart's relationship with Adra, but he reveals that Adra dumped him. Kate calls Austin, asking him to come to the embassy. She claims they have a condolence book for Ronnie's family and he has to come right away. Roylin and Austin meet and start arguing. She warns Austin that he's going to get himself killed, as the people who lost patience with Grove are losing patience with Austin. She says that Roman Lenkov was hired by the British citizens to launch a missile at HMS Courageous. Grove was the one who hired Lenkov. Adra wonders why Grove would want to attack a British vessel. Kate realizes that they wanted a unifying event to stop the Scottish secession. Roylin explains that she uses a disposable phone when she speaks to the PM, but when Kate called her to inform her that Hal was going to meet Grove, they tapped her phone. Kate, Adra, and Austin talk in the closet. Adra tells Austin that Roylin just confirmed his theory that it comes from inside his own government. Austin wants to turn Roylin over to the police, but Kate refuses. Trowbridge comes to the embassy to sign the book. He asks Kate why she called Roylin from Paris. She replies that Roylin tells her how to handle him. President Rayburn seemed to think so. She confesses that she called Roylin to ask how Trowbridge would react if the French didn't cooperate with the Lenkov arrest. Kate shares her suspicions with Stuart. She thinks Trowbridge was behind Ronnie's death. She fills him in about Lenkov and says Ronnie's face is seared in her eye. Stuart asks Adra to get Roylin out of the building. He believes Kate is running with scissors at his staff and him. Kate told him that she would never forgive herself for calling Roylin, and he thinks Ronnie would still be alive if Kate's predecessors were there. Stuart tells Kate that he warned her to stay away from Roylin. He told her who Roylin was, and Kate ignored him. He reminds her that she made a tactical deadly error. They then see as Ronnie's body is carried to the plane. Kate tells Hal that Stuart is mad at her, and Hal assures her that what happened wasn't her fault. He calls it the cost of doing business. She doesn't take it well when he mentions Kabul and Beirut. In their bedroom, they have an argument. Kate calls him out for thinking he's going to get a pass now because she knows what it's like to be in the big chair. She asks him to never say she understands the cost of doing business. She reminds him that he did things that got his staff killed, and now she did too. She eventually tells him she always acted like it was him. She realizes that the job has a morally repugnant component. Hal can't believe she thinks the job made him that way. He confesses that for 10 years, he let her act like he was a man with no moral compass, that he did that for her, that it was a kindness. But Kate thinks he excused himself because she was the conscience for both of them. He asks her to sleep in the other room, but then he realizes that he can't reach his shoes. Kate kneels on the floor to help him.